TNTM the Show presents
August Talking Nerdy,
with your host, Pablo Gunner.
the ambassador.
Marvin Goof, baby.
And we are here to talk nerdy to you about all the nerdy stuff, or as much of the nerdy stuff that we could cover as possible for the month of August. So we're going to be covering Pretty Guardian, Sailor Moon, Cosmos the movie, and then we're going to do some shout-outs, talk about the merch, and talk about what our charity of the month is going to be for September. Why don't you take it away with Pretty Guardian, Sailor Moon, Cosmos the movie.
Wow, this was really, really good. With the movie, really just a continuation of the Crystal series. It's after the last season of Crystal, instead of doing seasons, they've been doing movies. And so this is the second set of movies they've done. This one involves the Chibi Chibi story arc. The animation was really, really good, and then they did so many throwbacks in this one. It was great. At the beginning of the first episode, they actually brought back the original Sailor Moon theme song from the original anime. They didn't do the English, of course, but they didn't do the English voices, but they did the Japanese, and that was just...
That's cool.
Cool, and so Crystal started out as really awkward animation and got better each season, and then the movies happened, where the movies were just a nice mixture of CGI with original animation, and so they're very, very well animated.
Okay.
So the first set of movies, I couldn't believe how the animation was, and thought, okay, they got their system, no way they can get it better. And then this one, it actually looks even better with these movies. The animation's really well done. The character development's really great. Whenever you're watching Sailor Moon, it comes down to her friendship. That's what makes Sailor Moon so powerful, is her friends, and that's how it will always be. I feel like this movie really shows you the extent of her power, because Sailor Moon's a lot more powerful than people realize. She's fought against deities and have won. And this one's cool because they go into more of other galaxies and how the Sailor crystals are everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And because of that, some people can get greedy and try to take the power for themselves, and you have to fight Galaxia. Galaxia wants to rule everything and have all the power for herself. The main characters are pretty much, you have Sailor Moon, you have a little bit of Tuxedo Mask. Tuxedo Mask has a crystal himself.
Okay.
And the Earth actually both have separate entities. So the Golden Earth, the leader of the Golden Earth, form of Tuxedo Mask. He reincarnated into his current character. And same with Sailor Moon and the other Sailor Scouts. And so it involves, you got Sailor Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and a little bit of Saturn. Saturn's one that doesn't always show up, and there's good reasons for it. You don't want Saturn to show up most of the time. She's the apocalyptic one, you could say. She has the power to destroy everything.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then the more interesting characters that should... Oh yeah, you got Neptune as well.
Oh, Sailor Neptune. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Neptune and Uranus are interesting characters. Uranus, out of all the Sailor Scouts, he's very different compared to them all.
Huh.
But because it's weird when he transforms, he actually wears the dress and everything
Ah.
because that's just how those uniforms are. In the earlier series, he was an interesting character because he causes a love triangle there because he also really likes Sailor Moon a lot. Neptune not as much. Neptune's nice, and then Pluto shows up too. Sailor Pluto.
I actually never knew about Sailor Pluto. Okay.
Well, you're not supposed to know about her most of the time. She's the one over time. Yeah, and then you got Chibiusa, of course, and then Chibi randomly shows up. I won't say who Chibi is because that's like the best twist of them all. But basically, with their best knowledge, they're like, I guess you had another kid from the future too. But she can't, for some strange reason, she can't talk most of the time, most of the series. She either repeats what people says or says chibi. Movie was just remarkable. I give it a must-see, must-watch.
Sweet.
Okay. I tried to watch it. My wife and I tried to watch it. She tried to watch it before me. We both tried to watch it together. I was so lost. I was so confused. You know, I just think it's so convoluted. There's so much going on. Yeah, animation looks good. Sound, everything. It looks phenomenal. But to me, for me, if you're like me and you're just jump into this, don't. Because it's not for you. It's not for people like us who have not seen, like you said, Crystal or whatever and followed it. I've never been into Sailor Moon. I've never had anything against it. I mean, the obviously it's iconic, right? The costumes, the sound, everything. So those things were cool, like they were recognizable. Anything that wasn't, I was like, I'm so lost, I'm so confused. So to me, it's a huge pass. I would say it's garbage, but that's just because it's not for me. I also find it so peculiar too for people to be like, people that are like, yeah, I will watch a show that may not look good or not be that great for seasons, which is mostly anime, where like episodes and episodes are just bad, and they're like, oh, it gets good, or like even people that are like, yeah, they watch seasons of an anime or a show period, and they're like, well, it gets good here. Even books, like, oh, it really sucks you in here. Here at Talk Nerdy to Me, our grade scale is must see, must stream, unless it's something that you can buy, of course, and then check it out or worth checking out, and then pass. So for shoutouts, we have MK Wizard. She is now at the top of that list every time because she's phenomenal. You've seen some of the videos. You may or may not have seen some of the videos I've done with her, and they're great. We have this great conversation back and forth. So definitely check out all of her stuff because it's great. Film Rage, those guys are hilarious. They cover movies. So if you're a hardcore movie person, definitely listen to them because they cover stuff ASAP and they'll keep you on the know. And then they're hilarious. Pesky Gremlins, they do web comics like MK Wizard, so check that out. Watch it if you can. Podcasts, they're awesome. Amerime Media, they're really cool as well. And then for merch.
But Yogan, what is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Open up this door. Come, walk this way. Take a look. We put the picture's name on everything.
For the new month, for September, it's going to be Lord of the Rings. It's mainly going to be focused because everybody loves the books and the movies, so it's mainly going to be focused on that, but we are going to have some Rings of Power merch as well, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be coming out, and we're going to be leaving our Batman stuff, maybe come up with some more, I don't know. And, of course, we're sporting our merch now.
Here it is right there.
We have...
this hat as well. Is
oh, yeah, the Pokemon hat. Pretty much the Ash Ketchum Talk Nerdy to Me hat. And our Magic,
lovely
right?
Magic the Gathering shirt. This one's my favorite, actually.
MTG. The good MTG.
The good MTG.
Yeah. So, an ambassador?
Got my Ninja Turtles Talk Nerdy to Me shirt.
Yes. And I got one too. Mine's blue tank top right here. And I got the shorts to go with it. I want the headband and the socks. And so if you buy any merch from us, it helps us greatly. I mean, we really don't make a lot of money off the merch. But 5% of any profit that we go to, we have a different charity for the month. And so for the new month, it's going to be AFSP, which is American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, as it is Suicide Prevention Month. There's also Hispanic Heritage Month is halfway through the month. That's why I'm not going to do the whole month, but we're going to roll out some merch for that, as we have some Azul Beetle and probably some Miles Morales. We'll probably roll that out too, and then any other characters that we can think of that we love, we're inspired by, and everything like that. That's it, unless you guys have anything else.
Look out for a review of the new 5th edition Player's Handbook.
Awesome.
That's coming out in a few weeks. I'll hopefully turn that out here in a bit.
Cool. Talk nerdy to me.
Stay nerdy, planet Earth.
Keep it nerdy, y'all.